Hi everybody, welcome to Descry Gaming. I am going to do the first 50 turns standard speed, just with chaos, going over my thought process on the economy, units, and sort of like the build order and why I'm doing this and why am I doing that, to help new players. And I'll jump right into here. And so you're starting. Control Z brings up all the tiles, and your starting turn one is pretty important. You want to figure out where you want to put your city, obviously. Now there's a couple different builds for me when I play Chaos, and it's gonna revolve around my first and second city, how I go about. Am I going infantry chaos or am I going mech chaos? You could potentially do a hybrid, but it's a little bit trickier to do a hybrid. Anyways, so another tip, if you zoom in and you kind of play around with the angle of the map, you can kind of make out the silhouette of the special resource, which looks like a fermentation pool based on the silhouette that I see. So that's a little kind of tip for pro players if you always wonder why you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's kind of this like almost like flowery shape. Again, another fermentation pool. I mean, you can also look and see it's volcanic, but there's no minus here for chaos, so obviously it's either a pass or a fermentation pool, giving it a plus food bonus. Okay, so that being said, we do have, this is minus 10 food with 20 with influence. Not the best. This gives us pretty good. I mean, minus 20 isn't terrible with food if we can find us. This is a good food spot. So if we wanted to, plan this out, this would be our second city. I wish I had a 40% rock influence. That's really nice, but we don't. I'm gonna scout a little bit. And why don't I scout? Which direction do I want to go? Hunt and destroy. Power.
Yes, master.
And
as you wish.
All rocks. Yeah, it looks like we're going here. So I would go the one with the minus 10 food.
This will please the dark god.
And we can, because we have an open slot, we'll build influence. So right off thought process. Okay, so because if your first base with chaos is going to start on an influence, then I like to do Lord's Quarter first and go, what is this called again? Altar to Chaos. Generates influence. I like to do that as the first building. If your first city is not on an influence city, so say it's like, say this one over here, or whatever, just not an influence, then you're going to build your city, and then you're going to build a mine, basically. And then your second city doesn't have to build a mine, but basically with this build with influence first, you go your influence building, your second city is going to build the mine. Anyways, there's a nice 40s up here, but so here's another thing, is like if our second city has good food, That will give us a steady income of cultists that we can produce. What happens, because we're going 3 bases, we're kind of we're like Tyranids, where Tyranids can get a big army, but it takes them a while to get that big army going. So they're kind of susceptible to rushes if hit early enough. Same thing with Chaos, but with Chaos you can go Chaos Lord first, and you can get him the axe and concealed, still put your 3rd base down. So if the Chaos is fighting in forest with bloated, one-shotting, guardsmen or any other type of early unit, then chances are the enemy will fall back. All right, so let's, and then because my troops are kind of separated, I want to take them off Overwatch because I don't want to fight wildlife right now. I want to focus on outpost acquisition and putting down my my base. So there's science over here. Got power over here. Yeah, I definitely think just taking a gander here. Like, I think going here, 40% food is nice. Now, the fermentation pool is not... I know with some factions, it's not that great. But with Chaos, because you're sacrificing to increase your production, it's actually not... It's not a terrible special resource to get. Although I prefer a pasture more, but it's, definitely not garbage.
Chaos is our master.
All right, so we'll end turn.
Chaos is our master.
And I will go here. We won't attack it. It might attack me, but then it'll lose. It'll get bored. So basically, this is gonna go 50, 60. It's 80. So I got a few more turns before. If I'm feeling, probably just secure this power. Don't want to go too deep into wildlife territory.
Your command. Whatever you
command. Don't know if I want to go over here. Yeah. Another thing is, I'm bad at this, but you should always watch where the wildlife goes, and I didn't.
Yes, master.
But
No rest, no pause.
all right. Then get that, and then we're gonna go
Yes, master.
and
Go.
build our base next turn. So turn 6 is a good spot. Alright, I like this. And then we're going to go get that first, because we don't really have the ore to go right away for where we want to go. Okay. And these guys can just stay where they are. Nope, not today, Scorpion. Not today, my friend. Yeah, so as I play, I will try my best to talk about things that are not so a given. So research time. I like to get the rite of change right away, especially if the influence sort of start. And these guys are healed up. I want to go up here to get these two, so I I could probably keep... yeah. Well, I think it's just one cultist. Might be more. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll keep it in Overwatch. It's usually... cultists usually travel in packs, so... maybe keep them out here.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
Want a piece of meat. No. Alright. Hero building. Boom. And then you're going to grab a rock. So I'll go for here. Probably take off Overwatch. I don't want... I mean, I might want this for food. This is a safer spot because wildlife might actually come. Yeah, so let's, we're gonna go. How do I want to do this? So go here, keep Overwatch.
What is thy bidding, Lord? What is thy bidding?
And then go here, keep Overwatch. Okay, so the sacrificial thing has finished. Rite of change. Basically what it does, it will lower your population, which another thing, loyalty in cities. So let me explain this for new players. When your population of the city, you can see it's 2/6. 1 required means there's actually 1 active building. See right here, I can disable this building. Now it's 0. So you never want to go over your first number. So right now it's 1 required. But another thing is every time the first number goes up, your loyalty suffers. So you can see right now we're -2 loyalty because of 2 pop. So if we do a couple of things, when we do Rite of Change, we gain a 33% production boost on our Warp Forge, plus we lower the loyalty penalty by 1. Yeah. So in this case, we will do that. You can see it went down to 1. Over here, again, we have 3 pop, 2 required. I will pump it again. And you notice, yeah, 5 and 5, okay.
Chaos is our master.
Why this is good, so our production is going faster. This is good because we want to get our hero as quick as possible, okay? And start building faster. So next research, we're going to get Infernal Fabricator. The rhinos for chaos are really good. Even if you do like an infantry build, you want to do at least 1 Infernal Fabricator for transport, better mobility. Yeah, it's more of a support unit. Don't get crazy. So build a mine, 3 and 3, grow 3, so that's perfect. We go here. I'll Overwatch because I got the city to support me. Now here's another thing. Chaos has a very difficult time at the start of the game because they get down to 1 unit only. Now, the best way, in my opinion, to go about with Chaos is you want to collect the outposts that are close to your cities, so like kind of in this circle area, because if things get dicey, you can run back, heal in the base, and then you have your cities as these huge guns on the cities to give you support. I generally don't like to go wandering off with 1 marine in the corners of the map. I would wait for your first rhino to come out or your hero to come out. Anyways, you see we got a robot up here in the corner. So control left click, you can do a marker. So say you want to remind yourself that, oh, I saw a robot up here. Then you got kind of like a mark there.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
And the robot should stay just in this area. So Overwatch, in my opinion, at this range is fine. If my base was right here, obviously I would take Overwatch off because we don't want to aggro the robot. You hit the robot one time, and it will get crazy. Now, there is a relic here. If there's a relic nearby, enslaver. So here's the thing. Marines have 8 morale. So for them to get mind control, I would have to end my turn next to enslaver. Okay? Things like cultists with much lower morale score, right here, they instantly will get mind control if enslaver shows up on their turn. So that's one thing to note of. I think I'll stay in Overwatch. I'll risk it. Okay. So another tip, new players. When you see large blast, so when I hover over there, it says battle cannon. In the middle, it says traits, large blast. Hits multiple group members of a target unit. So any unit that has that trait and you're dealing with models, so more than one, you always want to do the blast damage first, because the less models, the less blast damage it does. And then rapid fire does more damage as you get closer. Okay, now we're gonna go dirge casting.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
And I am overpopulated, so I'm gonna just disable this for one turn. Build the Chaos Lord. Build the Fabricator.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
And recollect this. And then over here, we will just get a 3 tile. Because I'm going to go over about or how much you should have as a Chaos player. Ideally, you want 40, so we're not quite at there. So we'll probably do 2 cultists buildings and then another ore here. End turn. Slaver comes out.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
And reactivate Alter Chaos. Boom. I'm gonna heal.
Chaos is our master.
This is power down here. It's kind of in the corner. I think I could probably.
Can stop
Oh no.
advance.
Well, we'll see.
Chaos is our master.
Nice. Okay. Down to 1. That's fine.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
All right. Wildlife seems to be coming out.
What is thy bidding, Lord?
I will maneuver a little bit here. Now, MLP. I usually, for my influence start, I usually will go right to Warpsmith and not MLP. Now, it's viable to go MLP also. Thing is, you got to look at this, right? So if you go Chaos Marine, MLP. So the thing you have to pay attention to is upkeep most of the time. But yeah, it does take food, which we're fine. A good chunk of power, but so does the Warpsmith. Okay. They're the same far as influence goes. 6, but he's or. I kind of think going MOP as a second hero is better if you can, because you can make chaos spawns, and if you have a good food second base, then it's worth it. If your food sucks, and then probably the warp smith is a better option, or just don't make chaos spawns. But chaos spawns are really good for scouting and just flanking, and they're pretty high HP. So in this case, we will go MOP because we have a power relay pipe, shard of all, another power relay pipe, and 2 more shard of all. So we're really good on power. Plus we have a good food second city. So I think it's safe to say for us to go that as a second hero. If we were more orientated and lower food, and we don't want to eat up our cultist supply, then I would say do an MOP later in the game when you've got your economy a little bit more stabilized. But in this case, we're in a good spot, so we'll go MOP after the Chaos Lord. Alright, so then we have to disable that again for a turn and build another. And what we're going to do is heal up. And we're going to build another cultist. Actually, with 36, it's not terrible. I think, yeah, if it was only 30, I would say go another ore at this point, but we'll do that. I'm just trying to calculate, and we're going MOP, not a warp smith, so we'll have more ore. Yeah, should be fine. Because this third base is going to cost us a lot of, and that's the strategy, right? So once you get a little bit flustered, you fall back, it usually will chase you, and then your big gun's kind of... Okay, another tip for new players here. Hotkey. Okay, so rally points right there. You could click this, but if you just click the A button on your keyboard, in fact, it tells you bracket A. So A is the shortcut, and it's important when you're doing your new units, because when they go on a rally point, that doesn't end their whole movement turn. So you could rally on the trader and then still move again, buy items. Now we want to figure out where our third base science is going to be. So we have up here 1, 2, 3, 4. We could also, clear over here, probably over here, and so we'll rally that way. Alright, so Chaos Lord comes out. Now, here's the dealio, right? Oh, shoot. We forgot. Let me just do something real quick. I think we forgot to activate, the building. So one turn we kind of forgot to activate. But we need all the points we can get. So don't forget to activate your, because of the pop. That's another thing. When your pop is over the requirement, it goes red. What it does is it really craps on your economy. It craps on your production. Everything takes a very negative hit as far as your resources and everything. So don't ever have a city in red. Just disable like something that you could live without for a turn of that until it grows again. Okay, far as we need 160 to make a third base. That's coming in 3 turns. And then it's like for about 5 turns, I need 160 influence. So 5 times 2 is 10, so that's 110 influence I'll have in 5 turns. So I need 60. I need 50 more. So that means I need 50 influence left in my bank here if I'm gonna put my 3rd city as quick as possible. Another thing is I want to build MOP. MOP is, how much does it cost? 120. So 120 is 140. So really, I think I'll just get concealed and that'll be enough. I could also get the icon if I don't think I'm gonna be rushed. This is not such a bad thing to grab. I don't think we need scroll really, to be honest. So let me just pretend that this is a large map. I don't see any outposts or no indications that somebody is trying to rush me, because we can grab that, and that 8 influence should get me close to, maybe I'll be a turn late, but concealed is usually what I would go for. And then where do I want to go? Probably secure this area over here, since that's where my base is going to be.
Chaos is our master.
Then we'll go MOP.
What is thy bidding, Lord? Hunt and destroy.
And I like to get bloated.
Speak. No rest, no pause.
Oh wow, so we got Umbras. Take off Overwatch. Alright. Should be able to one-shot this.
I am but your humble servant.
None can stop our advance.
Yeah, it's gonna take.
I am listening.
We're not gonna. Okay, so I kind of did not. Wait a sec. We'll do that for a turn.
Death to the false emperor. I am listening.
So probably I should just stick with the concealed instead of getting the icon, because honestly, getting that 3rd base, the quicker the better. So I think I made the wrong. If my influence is a little bit better, then the icon made sense. But let's just see, because if I had to pick 3rd base or icon, I definitely say 3rd base quicker. So I think I can afford concealed. 120. I just have to, yeah, be 50, and then I'll be fine. Okay.
I claim it in the name of the dark gods.
So anyways, just pretend I actually listened to my own advice. MOP, let's go.
Chaos is our master. Show me to the enemy.
Get bloated.
I am waiting. What do you want?
We got energy. Yeah, it's gonna be
This world
in time.
beneath me. Bow before
All right, another thing for new players to know. When you place another city, it has to be at least, if we count from the city, 1, 2, 3, 4, it has to be 5 tiles away. Just a little note there. And no, we're short 6 or 7 influence, but that's, you know, that's close enough. Close enough. All right, so I wasn't bang on with my timing, but I was close enough. I think we'll go here. And then I kind of want to go, I don't want to deal with those Umbras right now. Let's go here. And we've got 2 cultists. Going here will put us at 40. You don't want to go under 4. I mean, it'll be 40 something. So general rule with chaos, if it's like a mech build, you want to always have your ore at least above 40. Power is good. Food is okay, but we're not. So the question is, could we go a 3rd cultist? That's the question. Or do we have to go another ore building? I think our ore is pretty good because we've got this, we'll get this. I mean, that adds up. That's another thing with this game is you have to look at your outposts are very important. If you can clear wildlife effectively and fast and you get outposts, that really adds to your economy and it allows you to be more aggressive with your production buildings. So the thing is, here's a couple things to ponder though. He comes out, that's upkeep of 3 power MOP, and then when I build another armory, that's another 2 upkeep of power, and if I build another cultist, that's another 2. So, but we do have a lot of power banked up, so I will actually go another cultist. But now that I think of it, because we're going MOP and we're going to be doing a lot of chaos spawns, I think I want to build a farm, to be honest. So we will build a farm. And I will build a warp smith later. I will get... I do need to get captive pens pretty soon because I'm almost... So we'll grab that. And I just... Shoot, I just aggroed that, which is not good. Let's pretend I forgot about those. Let's pretend I was paying attention and I had my guys off Overwatch because I knew there was Umbras over here.
Rhino transport ready. This will be trivial.
We will do it.
All right, so we're just pretending I was paying attention. Let's go.
Yes, master.
All right, so let's see, our ore goes to 44, nice. And then we'll start opening up a spot. Let's go up here. Goes to 46. And I will pop that. Start growing it a bit. And another one of this. But you can see how like our resources are just the right amount to get everything done. Getting kind of lucky here with power though. Dirge casting is just so good. All right, the second cultist that we actually produce, I like to put it as a sacrifice unless I'm being rushed down on my science base, because I want to constantly do rites of change for the bonus and production, because we're just doing science building in the chaos thing. I'm gonna do a farm here. We'll have to deactivate, but that's fine. And then we'll grab that. Take off Overwatch. Stingwing took my power. That's a no-no, man. We got also. Alright, just scoping it out.
Chaos is our master.
I am but your humble servant.
So we sacrifice. That boosts the population growth. You see it's gone to 12 now. And the lower your actual population on the first number, the faster the growth is, just if you're wondering. So now we're going to start putting cultists this way to get into transports. And your cultists are utility. They are... It's kind of annoying. Should leave me alone. I think it's just one Stingwing. It's never one.
We go forth to sow chaos. I claim it in the name of the dark gods.
And we got research. Okay. Alright, so we could go, I guess, Warpsmith next.
As quickly as we can.
Cultists.
Death to the false emperor. We are ready to deliver our warriors to the fight. Run them over. Your command. We go. We bring oblivion.
Alright, we're just gonna deactivate. Well, deactivate the food for one turn. Let's build pop. Let's do that. Okay. Boom.
We have come to serve the dark gods.
And reactivate farm. And first thing's gonna be on making chaos spawn. And Warpsmith will be the next hero we start producing. I'll put this in a transport.
Hunt and destroy. Your command. I am
Put you in cover. Take you out.
we
Almost had him.
legion.
Although
My lord, it will be as you
we should be able to
Beware, my lord.
make a spawn.
Is a cruel mistress.
And then let's
For the dark
see if we get bloated.
gods.
We got bloated. Okay.
Transport on the move.
Yeah, so your Chaos Army can get quite big if you get MOP as your second. The biggest hurdle is this 2 food upkeep, but like I said, if you have a second base, good food area, no problem.
Of course, master.
And then we go. Now the Warp Smith is good in base defense for healing your base and healing Hellbrutes and healing your fortifications. So it's not really meant for running and gunning. It's more tactical utility. Your frontline sort of heroes is more Chaos Lord and MOP to a certain extent, but you need to put the MOP in the front line, you need to put armor, Zohide and stuff, and ideally in cover, really. Chaos Lord is sort of the guy that doesn't care.
We have come to serve the dark gods.
Oh, we forgot to put that back up. Well, that was slowing us down a bit. What we could do here is, now we kind of want the influence because we need to buy Chaos Lord some items
Master.
soon.
I'm listening. Ready to go.
All right, so yeah, that's fine. He's chilling.
Rhino transport relocating.
We go for the dark gods.
You are no match for us. Show me the way, and I will go.
We will do it.
And research is very important, because here's what I'll say about research is, yes, you can get away with very low research, but here's the thing. If I know you suck at research, all I really have to do, like as a player, I could just play super defensively and kill you in research where you won't want to push into me because I'll turtle like extreme. And then the way you can kind of win is if you can get to those higher tier units such as air units or the more tougher tier 7, tier 8 units, possibly tier 10, but that's more if you play on fast speed. Because if you're stuck on low tier units,
Rhino transport ready. Ready to go. I am waiting.
alright, so it does one hit it. Ouch.
Feast on their souls.
We will do it.
Yes, my lord. Gonna kill them all.
Omniscope.
Anything for you, master.
Alright, so we got 3 armories. Then you're going to do population. And, I mean, if you really want to get your population built as quick as possible, you could disable that. But that's giving, 7 influence right there. I think we'll do it. So, disable that. Quicker start.
We are ready to deliver our warriors to the front.
We will do it.
What do
Chaos Lord.
Show me to the enemy.
So using the rhinos
As you wish.
to zone and make the robot hit the rhinos, they can self-heal, so ideally that's sort of what you want to do. Build another rhino here. And you want to go right towards Hellbrutes.
I am waiting. This will be trivial.
And I'll let him keep hitting me. We'll make another
I am but your humble servant.
and I think I'll just pop him out just so he gets the experience.
Yes, master. We go.
Oh, I thought I had enough to kill it. Guess I did not. And because we're not going Chaos Infantry, I'll just go damage, really. You don't want to be healing cultists, they just have too much HP.
Require.
But like Havoc's is a good choice. Okay, so our ore is fantastic. Food is okay. Energy we're minus, but we have a lot in the bank. Let's get some energy. But you can see how we have a good economy. Lots of outposts. Everything's going good. We're leveling up our heroes, creating chaos spawn. And it says 1 of 1 casualty, so you boom, kill it. And
Ready to go. We go forth to sow chaos.
do you want the cultists to also, they might change into demon princes, so.
Speak. Yes, my lord. Rhino transport ready. Onwards to war. Yes, my lord. I heed your call.
We'll do another sacrifice here to our science base. Do some power. And we will pump it again. There you go. Keep that loyalty nice and low. And Hellbrutes, another 2 turns. Sometimes what I do is I don't get bloated until I get Hellbrute, so it's a little bit quicker, but rhinos are really good. Like they're not, especially if you got a lot of cultists. They act.
Transport ready.
Do you hear the voices too?
I am
Probably didn't need to sacrifice on my main base.
What do you require?
And just take the influence, the higher influence instead of quicker production, because we really want to go or our warp forge next.
Rhino transport relocating.
And usually I don't put chaos spawn in rhinos because they've got literally 6 movement and move through cover, so
Ready. Death to the
no point doing that.
Do you hear the voices too?
Yes, my lord. For chaos, kill them all.
As you wish.
We are ready to
Okay, so one more turn, they will give their life to the chaos people.
Yes, my lord. Get out of our way, weaklings. Ready
And one
to
more
go.
turn for another chaos spawn. I will just
Ready to go.
trap this one like the Mayans,
Ready to go.
and
Death to the false emperor.
there's nothing you can do. This transport is going to sit out, wait for the warpsmith to come out. And let's grab, wait for that, get Warforge. MOP, another chaos.
We go forth to sow chaos. For chaos, kill them all.
More ore.
Ready to go.
Yes, master.
Death to the false emperor. Rhino transport ready. Rhino transport ready.
So approaching the 50-turn mark, and we'll stop there. Main thing is, here's our first Hellbrute. The Hellbrutes, you do not want to throw at Predator tanks or anything that's really good at. I mean, if you do, you want to put a crown up. So the crown come from the cultists, but you have to research it. And it really makes them a lot harder to kill, and that's what you want. Combine that with the Warpsmith that can heal it. It's a very good combo. But a lot of Chaos players, I never see them use the crowns in conjunction with Hellbrutes. I think that's sort of the must that you have to do. What we'll do is we'll buy some armor and bring that to the Chaos Lord. We'll just keep it there for time being. And I will do another food.
I am here. I will serve you for the benefits as both.
Mr. Chaos. Boom.
Feast on their souls. Death to the false emperor.
We go for the dark gods.
We carry the legions of chaos.
Yeah, you can just see how like quickly you can start taking over the map.
Death to the false emperor.
So yeah, you want to spec out your. Oh, yeah, this is better. You want to spec out your Chaos Lord with some survivability, so vest, bracers, so forth.
My search for perfection continues. Rhino moving position.
I am but your humble servant.
Grind them into the dirt. Grind them into the dirt. Ready to go.
What do you require?
Well,
I am waiting. Rhino transport ready. Death to the false emperor. Our time to fight. I am waiting. I heed your call.
As you wish.
Feast on their souls. Chaos is our master.
so altars increase your attacks. Probably better to put it on the Chaos Lord, but it is what it is.
Rhino transport ready.
We will kill them for you, master.
Okay, next research. I like to grab loyalty. Or loyalty when that's almost finished, Warforged, but even it's at 6, that's not too bad because we've got, that's 4 loyalty right there. But once, or we could go to Molar Fiends first, that's probably better. And 2 turns we can pump it again, okay.
Death to the false emperor! Death to the false emperor! We will take our warriors to the front. Ready to go. Onward!
So you make another chaos spawn.
I am but your humble servant.
What is your intent?
Guess we'll pump.
You can fight in my stead, pawns. I am waiting. A mere nuisance. Rhino transport ready. Chaos is our master. Rhino transport ready.
Yeah, I think I'll just stop moving my stuff because we got 5 more turns left. Okay. We're gonna do that. Make another Hellbrute. Key is that a good economy is that you're always producing units, producing buildings. If you stop producing buildings and stop producing production, then your economy is not that great. You're not doing your economy properly, let's say. And see, now we're down to 32 ore, so ore is looking kind of a little bit. So we're gonna build another ore, and after that, we'll do. So we want at least above 40 at all times. But our upkeep's getting bigger, so. Alright, so let's pump this. Good. And then that's pumped. That's pumped. And then what you want to do is once this is built, you want to pump, or you could pump right now, actually, because population's built. I usually will, at this time, I'm probably getting close. This is on standard speed. You're probably getting close to a big attack or a big battle. So this is, you might research this earlier than Molar Fiend if you're going to engage the enemy. And works good on a Chaos Spawn, Cultists, and your Rhinos. And then also Hellbrutes. Not the Demonic trait, because that gives already the 33% damage reduction. You can see we got good science. Our ore will get better. Energy still got a lot in the bank.
We have come to serve the dark gods. We give ourselves
Doing
for the
Molar Fiends
glory
now.
of
And I like to get Call of the Dark Gods. That increases your tile expansion, so very powerful, good for base defense as well. And you notice that we're always, you know, producing units, so and we're almost at turn 50. do another power, and then loyalty building. Yeah, once it gets there.
We have come to serve the dark gods.
So the crane's gonna produce 4 more ore for us. We're at turn 50. That's fine. I'm just gonna go over a couple things here. Okay, so I would say now that your main city has the warp forge, you're able to 2 things why that's good. It allows you to build loyalty buildings quickly, which costs a lot resources. It allows you to build air buildings quickly. Allows you to do a tech switch if you want to. Say you want warp talons, and you know, you could do that. You can start building power quickly. We can grow it with sacrificial altar here, which we are. So it'll grow really fast. So there's a lot of possibilities. We don't need the hero building anymore, so just disable that. Once you got your heroes, it's not a very strong building to keep. And I would say right now ore is kind of at the forefront, so we're gonna grab 40%. And the next research I would like to grab is probably that. Oh, let's build another Molorphine. Oh, so always pick buildings over units, I think is so we got a little Molorphines cost a little bit more, so there you go. And then we're gonna build a loyalty building next, so that everything this we're gonna go boom. Yeah, perfect. So with this, we're just basically pumping and then disbanding the warp forge. You can activate the warp forge once you're like full pop if you want a little bit ore and influence, but
What do you require?
our biggest thing right now is ore, but we are building ore. And Havoc Launcher are very good because we've got a lot of these rhinos. They then are able to kill guardsmen and other annoying chaff units very easy, and that's one thing where chaos. So here's the thing, try your best to keep your rhinos alive, and to do that, like I said, use the crown, because they're very good at killing chaff units, and the one thing that Chaos lacks is their range is not very good. They have Havocs, but in this case we didn't go infantry build. So with the rockets that we're gonna get, they have the range. So ideally try not to lose too many rhinos, because they do help a lot, and they give you that first attack when you dirge cast into a forest. So it allows you to be more aggressive than normally what you could. Very scary if done properly. And we'll just do that. And 33, we still need, yeah, we still need more. Yeah, ore's getting a problem.
What do you require?
So another ore building. And let's pump that. And then loyalty buildings, basically. I just want to see real quick if we can get our economy like stabilized again. So that's pumped. There we go, side 72, nice. Right. Let's make loyalty building. The lowest is 13. Yeah, it's taking kind of a toll on us. 34, or let's see when the loyalty gets finished. I like to go air. It's not loyalty build is gonna finish. Or is at 42? That's a lot better. Go right there. We'll do another loyalty building. Power. Yeah, that's fine. Go venom crawlers because we got our MOP. Go another morphine.
I am but your humble servant.
Still our ores getting, but we have a huge ass army. That's the thing. It's 42 now. We're gonna start building air. So we'll go here.
I am but your humble servant.
Yeah, our food upkeep, everything is getting kind of crazy.
I am but your humble servant.
We really need population actually at this point. Yeah, so here's another thing. Your warp smith would generally level up, usually at this stage of the game, to level 6. So when he does that, it's gonna boost your economy more, 54 more energy. So because I wasn't, I kind of stopped grinding here. Let's just pretend that it was done. So that kind of stabilizes your economy a little bit more. Then you can go to venom crawlers. And then go another this. Okay. Let's make another. I want to build air, but I just have so much upkeep with. Another venom crawler. So you don't even need 4 armories because like I can't keep up with all this upkeep. The chaos armory, like look at this: 4 upkeep, 3 upkeep, 4 upkeep. So it's a quite expensive army, and that's why getting this warp forge up in loyalty buildings helps a lot. So you can see 49. Yeah, we're barely keeping up. Oh, there we go. All right, now let's make some air units or air buildings. And over here. We'll do population. So our pop is a little bit crazy. Let's go loyalty. but it really it pays off to have a good start location. Like let me see here. So our first building's done. Air unit, boom. Let's make another building here. Oh, I need a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. Need to build like 2 or 3 air buildings on standard speed to build the air effectively. Yeah, we've got a lot of cultists, a lot of spawns. I mean, here's the thing. Usually, the reason why I'm struggling with the economy is that my army is so huge right now. Generally speaking, at this stage of the game, there's lots of battles going on, lots of units dying. So the chances that I'd have, you know, this many, like I've got, you know, units in all these transports. Chaos spawn, cultists. Yeah, it's a lot. And then I've got all this stuff. Like that's a lot of units. So I wonder how much our food would go up with this loyalty building that gets produced. Let's see. So I'm at -8. Brings back to -5, which is pretty good. Research. Okay, tier 9. Land Raider. Yes. Here's another weird thing. Like, say you got the text you want. Like, say you got to tier 10. You can do this. Like, you can literally disband your science city. Because that's all this is. It's a science city. And then your loyalty in other cities go up because you got rid of one. So like our food's now -3 only. Alright, we have hardly any science now, but like we got more energy. Don't know if we have more ore, but and then watch our energy go up now when we acquire that tile. So is that 20, 27? You can see how and you gotta keep the food up because the moment it goes low, your population growth will start to slow down. So if we want to keep this economy going, like far as the building quickly, then you got to start staying positive in the food. Yeah, that's about it, guys. So that is just a rundown of how to effectively run a chaos economy. Basically, you don't want your ore going below 40 at the minimum. And then food depends on, you know, if you have an MOP and you're doing chaos spawns. The cultists are cheap. They're only 10 food and 10 ore with 1 food upkeep. So generally, you can always go double cultist buildings even with sort of a bad food start. If you have like a super food start and you're worried about getting rushed down, you could do triple cultist buildings and then you're doing cultists like every 1 or 2 turns on normal speed. So what else can I say? I mean, I don't think you need more than 3 armories because your upkeep for your army is just so high. unless uh, unless you get that 60% sort of ore, then it's like you could probably go for armory if you want, but you know, we're doing quite a bit of ore here on that base. That's another lot of what could I say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you might be saying, why haven't you used Havocs or Berserkers? The reason behind it is that the more techs you unlock, the more expensive other techs are. So it sometimes is not in your best interest to get every single tech. Like, oh, I'm going to pick up this, I'm going to pick up this. You usually want to get the most critical techs for your strategy. And for us, Cultists and Chaos Spawn sort of fit the bill. Now, Berserkers and Havocs are better in a sense, more damage. Havocs have the range 3, but they're 3 upkeep and food. So unless we got like a pasture and very high food, to withstand a 3 barracks is quite hard. And I think cultists work a little bit better as chaff units with a very strong Mauler Fiend, Hellbrutes, and Venom Crawlers with Rhinos. I think that's a good combination. That being said, when I do go infantry, I will eventually get 3 armories, but it's a little bit later in the game, and you know, again, transition to Mauler Fiends, because Mauler Fiends are just so good. Not good by themselves, but when you use them, once there's a weak flank or position, and you can go in there with the fiends and just, you know, boom, boom, so much damage. What else? Yeah, I talked about the heroes, transports. Dirge casting is probably the unsung hero. I think it really gives an edge to chaos. It's a two-edged sword though, because if you have units in a transport, the opponent kills the transport, there goes your unit, especially if you have a hero inside. So really what you got to do is you got to count or do the math, like Predator, you know, and sometimes it's not even safe in the ruins because you can get scanned by a SM player. They see it, then they just have to get 2 Predator tanks in range, and boom, dead. So you do have to kind of screen it with chaff or other units so that, you know, it's not going to get targeted like that. All right, I'll see you guys next time.